Japan is going through a rice crisis. Costs are skyrocketing, and one politician has even lost his job over making a rice joke. So what's going on, Justina?
In a time of crisis, when rice is scarce and prices are soaring, who will fight for Japan's most treasured grain?
行政は幅広いですけども。
I will put rice before anything. I now consider myself a rice minister.
Yep, meet Japan's new agriculture minister, who's been tasked with solving Japan's big rice problem. See, in the past year, the price of rice in Japan has doubled because it's in short supply due to things like crop damage from extreme heat and a boom in demand from tourism, which is a big problem when rice is the country's staple food.
Rice is something we eat every day. People can't do without rice.
I hope rice prices can return to the way they were before, which is around 2,000 to 3,000 yen.
The whole thing's been so bad, the country's last agriculture minister had to resign after joking that he never has to buy rice because he gets it for free.
Personally, I would like to apologise again for making an inappropriate comment as the minister in charge.
Now, the government says it's going to tap into its emergency rice stockpile and release 300,000 tonnes of it to the market to hopefully get rice back on the shelves and back into people's bellies.
It's been a wild and windy couple of days for people in South Australia. Wind gusts of up to 126 k's per hour were recorded yesterday. It left thousands without power, damaged some trees and caused big dust storms up north. And while it had some drought-stricken communities jumping for joy, others say the storm has just caused more problems.
We're desperate for rain, but we didn't need a storm like this. We've had flooding on our paddocks that we've seeded. They're pretty bare.
Now, today is the start of Reconciliation Week, which is a chance for all Australians to celebrate Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander history, culture and achievements. So we spoke to some young First Nations people to find out what reconciliation means to them.
Reconciliation Week means coming together as one, representing our culture and introducing it to others.
For me, it's like a great way to connect to the Aboriginal roots of the country.
Yeah, that's what he said basically.
Bringing the past, present and emerging people all together, like no matter like what mob you're from and everything.
Some of the Indigenous people still aren't able to get the learning experience, and it just separates us a little bit more.
A lot of people stereotype the First Nations people.
Just word us in the way that we're not meant to be worded.
Definitely we still get a lot of racism, people calling us slurs, being disrespectful to the country, just stuff like that.
I hope that people will just be more open. Every culture and just basically everyone in Australia.
I want every future generation of the First Nations and of Australia to learn about the history, to look at artefacts and just get a big explanation of their people and culture and stuff, because I don't think it's talked about enough.
Happy Reconciliation Week!
Helmet? Check. Rocket booster? Check, check. Now it's time for some stories about extreme sports. First up, to a very steep hill in the English town of Gloucester, which hundreds of people have been rolling down chasing a big wheel of cheese. This one specifically. Some of these slips, trips and falls look pretty serious, but don't worry, they have this legally binding disclaimer printed out. Yes, it's laminated and everything, very official. Now to China, where dragon boat races have kicked off for another year. Nearly 1,000 participants, making up 35 teams, flocked to Jingzhou City for the opening ceremony. And finally, let's stay in China for the world's first humanoid robot fighting competition. Yes, it was only a matter of time before we made them fight. Controlled by humans standing off to the side, these robots kicked and punched their way through round after round, getting back up whenever they got knocked down. Oh, well, that's all we've got time for today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Beep. Beep, beep. Never mind.